Let me tell you the story of a man named Yusuf. He wasn't famous. He didn't live in a mansion. He didn't have 1 million followers or a fancy title. But to the people of his neighborhood, especially the young ones, he became something far more powerful, a living library. After retiring from his job as a history professor, Yusuf settled into a quiet life in a small house at the edge of town. His wife had passed away years earlier. His children had moved abroad. The house was silent, except for the sound of the ticking clock on the wall and the rustling of the wind against his window. Each morning, he made tea, sat by the window, watched the street below, and waited for something, anything, to make the days feel less empty. One day, while cleaning out his garage, Yusuf found a dusty cardboard box. Inside were dozens of old notebooks, his lecture notes, stories, newspaper clippings, and handwritten letters to himself. He sat there, cross-legged on the cold floor, flipping through the pages, and with every turn, he smiled, then teared up, then smiled again. That night, for the first time in a long while, he didn't feel lonely. He felt full.
The next morning, he brought out a wooden sign and painted 3 words: Library of Life. Underneath, in smaller letters, "Come in." No library card needed. He took his garage, once filled with tools and boxes, and filled it with stories. Old books, magazines, maps, photographs, and, most importantly, his personal journals. Each journal had a note on the front. Volume 3, Lessons from My Mistakes. Volume 5, What I Wish I Told My Children. Volume 7, Stories That Made Me Cry.
For a few days, no one came. But then, a curious 14-year-old boy named Bilal wandered in. Lured by the wooden sign, he opened a journal titled How I Failed My Dreams and Why That's Okay. He read for 2 hours, then came back the next day. And the next. Word began to spread. Teenagers, young adults, even a few elders came just to sit, read, and sometimes talk. Yusuf never judged. He listened. A girl afraid to tell her parents she wanted to be a writer came to him. A boy struggling with depression found peace in a journal titled How I Survived Losing Everything. Every evening, Yusuf lit a small lamp in the garage window. When the light was on, it meant, "Come in. I'm here." Soon, visitors began leaving their own notes behind. A box appeared near the entrance labeled, "Your story belongs here." It overflowed with letters, poems, and confessions. Yusuf began compiling them, printing them, binding them. The Library of Life wasn't just his anymore. It belonged to the whole community. Months later, a local TV journalist visited after hearing about the old man who made a library from his heart. She asked Yusuf, "Why do you do this?" He smiled, looking around at shelves full of handwritten memories and tear-stained pages. Because no one should grow old thinking their life meant nothing. Yusuf passed away peacefully in his sleep a year later. The entire town attended his funeral. Teenagers cried, adults whispered stories he told them, elders showed how he helped them forgive themselves, and in his will, he left just one request: keep the library open, keep the lamp lit, and they did. Today, the Library of Life still stands, not in a marble building, not on a bestsellers list, but in the hearts of everyone who walked in, sat down, and felt a little less alone. So if you're watching this today, and you feel like your days are behind you, remember, Your story still matters. You are not done giving. And somewhere, someone is waiting for the exact wisdom you carry. Light your lamp. Your library of life has just begun.